right, y'all, what's up? I finally got my truck back. I got it back on Wednesday, June the 15th. Keep in mind, it's been in the shop since February the 5th, I believe. So that's what, February, March, April, May, June. About 4 months. 4 months I've been without a job. Y'all, that's rough. You hear me? That's rough. It's rough to know you got a job. The only reason you can't go to work is because somebody else taking too long on your stuff. Like that, y'all, I've been so aggravated. But I thank God it's ready. I thank God it's back. I'm back on the road. I'm gonna make a whole nother video of what I run for the week. I got low right now, but like I said, I'll make a whole nother video. I want to make this video strictly because I want to tell y'all what went on. I didn't want to speak on it until my truck was ready, and I ain't want no issues with that. So I ain't want to delay them no more than what they was delaying they sale. So, but like I said, my truck went into the shop February the, I believe it was the 5th. Anywho, y'all, I first dropped it off at Johnson Dodge in Meridian. They told me it was a fuel pump. They didn't even look at it. But they told me it was a fuel pump because I had brought it in back in December. My DEF light came on. And they just changed the fuel filters, changed something else, but they never put it in the service shop. This all happened at the Quick Lube, and if you know Meridian, it's got a Quick Lube. Anyways, so they, they just patched me up, sent me on my way. Like I said, that's in December. So I rode on about 2 months before it cut off. And keep in mind, I done went to Johnson Dodge 2 more times in that 2 month span. So each time they saw my DEF light on. Like I said, I know all this now, but then I didn't know no better. So when they told me it was my truck, they told me my truck was fine, keep driving as long as it wasn't giving me any problems, like acceleration, it was making no noise, it was driving fine, and it was. So they kept sending me on my way. Every time I come back and get my oil change, regular maintenance, the DEF light was still on, y'all, and they sent me right back out of there. So February, it just wouldn't crank. So I woke up one day, try to go home or something. I forgot what I was trying to do, but it would not crank. So I had to get it towed. I got it towed back to Meridian, and they told me it was my fuel pump. Like I said, they never looked at it, and then they just assumed it was the fuel pump. I guess because of that DEF light, or it had a recall on it. The 2020 Rams have a recall on fuel pump, and they got a recall on the wheel studs. But just based off that recall, I guess they just assumed my truck wouldn't crank because of the fuel pump. So I'm like, okay. But they let my truck sit there 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks. And I got mad because at least look at my truck, make sure it's the fuel pump. So like I said, they act like they slow on word and got no technicians. But that may be true. But to just look at my truck in 2 weeks, like somebody could look at it in 2 weeks. So I got mad. I had it towed to Hattiesburg, in Pine Belt, Hattiesburg. Y'all, they told me the same thing. They said they looked at my truck. So I'm like, okay, at least they looking at it. And they came to the conclusion, told me it was a fuel pump. Now this is like February the 20-something, like 24th or something like that. They told me it was a fuel pump. So I'm like, okay, maybe it is fuel pump. That's what Meridian said, even though they didn't look at it. But okay, maybe they were right. So I'm like, okay, how long is this gonna take to fix? And it was like, well, we can't get a fuel pump until the end of March because the part wasn't even released yet for the recall. So I'm like, okay, I ain't got no choice at this point but to wait. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I'm like, at this point, I ain't got no choice but to wait. Just try to maintain with my bills, yada, yada, yada. So the end of March come, y'all. I'm calling. They telling me the part isn't in yet. It's going to take longer than expected. So I'm calling Dodge headquarters. I'm like, look, y'all. I'm on my second note. And I'm paying my note. And I'm not even able to drive my truck. Because I had to pay it on February 8th. I had to pay it on March 8th. So I'm like, so at this point, I'm about to get ready to pay my third payment, honestly. So I'm like, can I get some help? Or can we cease the payments? Or will I be reimbursed? Or anything like a rental or anything? Y'all, they wouldn't do nothing for me. Nothing. So I'm calling. So I called Pine Belt. And I told them that Dodge was refusing to help me with my payments. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this other truck. They're refusing to help me with my payments or even give me a rental. And I asked them why when it's in the shop for a recall. You know, that's not even my fault. So they then tell me that it is fuel contamination. Now at this point, it's like April the 6th or 4th or something like that. They told me I have fuel contamination, water in my fuel. So y'all, I'm going off, you know, because y'all told me when I brought it in there was a fuel pump. Now it's April, so been in the shop 2 months now. Now you tell me it's fuel contamination. So y'all, and then so I'm mad. The next day I went up to the shop myself. I said, show me the whatever you call the work reports or whatever you got on my truck. I need to see where y'all took a sample and y'all got water and fuel. So all they had to show me, y'all, was this document on Word on their computer. They didn't even have a work order, but they had and took notes of what they did on my truck. They had on their computer that they diagnosed my truck with water and fuel, with fuel contamination on March, I think it was March 6th, March 4th. So at that point, that's a whole month ago. Like I said, I'm there on April the 6th. They have in a computer that they diagnosed it on March 6th. So I'm like, why didn't nobody call me and inform me? Because at that point, if y'all would have told me that in March, I would have went and got me a job, another job. Because I mean, at that point, I got bills. I can't be sitting here waiting on y'all to fix my truck. When it get fixed, it's fixed, but it means I need to be working. So they didn't call me, they didn't tell me. So honestly, I think once I called Dodge about my payments and stuff, and Dodge called them, they kind of put a little fire on their tail. So they had to go back and, you know, type some stuff in to prove why I've been there so long, and yada. So I think they just fabricated the dates. But I think they didn't find out that it had water in the fuel until Dodge contacted them. But I think they just, you know, worked the dates out on the computer to show why it's been there so long. But my thing is, nobody called and told me. So that's why I know it's a lie. It's a lie as far as when they told me. Because I ain't nobody would let my truck sit there that long. And I knew it had to be fixed. Because, I mean, I got it fixed now, you know. But anywho, y'all. So they had to order me some more parts. Being that they had, they told me I had to place the whole fuel system at this point. So now I had to replace the whole fuel system. Told me it'd be about $14,000. So y'all know me, I didn't call my insurance, but I did not have comprehensive at the time, y'all. And honestly, I didn't know what comprehensive was, but I know now, and I have it now. But that's the reason my insurance won't cover it, because they don't cover. Well, I didn't have comprehensive. The reason my warranty won't cover it, because they don't handle natural disasters, what they called it. They said or either some kind of way, however the water got in there. You know, that's not on them. It's not a malfunction of the truck, pretty much. So that's why my warranty won't cover it. But I bet you now I have comprehensive. But anywho, so I'm like, okay, all I can do is wait for them to get it fixed. So many parts was on back order, y'all. So we get down to about May. I think it's like the first week of May. Y'all, how about they tell me? Oh wait, my fuel pump came in. So I'm like, okay, because that was all they was waiting on. They had all other parts for the fuel system, but they just missing their fuel pump. So like beginning of May, when they got the fuel pump, so I'm like, okay, it should be ready in a day now, right? They're like, yeah. Y'all, a day later, they told me, well, no, they told me it'd be ready on a Friday. It was like, I can't remember the exact day, but the same week they told me it'd be ready, I called back on that Friday. I'm like, okay, my truck ready. No, I went down there to pick it up on that Friday. And they told me, no, it's not ready. Gave they still had to clean the gas tank. And I'm like, okay. And they said it's gonna take longer than expected because there's death in the gas tank. They said, and the only reason we know that because it has crystallized the whole bottom and around the inside the gas tank. So they're like, have you put death in your truck? Now keep in mind, I had my truck since February, y'all. Anywho, I said no. I said, I know for sure I didn't. I said maybe someone else did. I really hope no one did, but I mean, it's a possibility. They even asked me if the dealership in Meridian might have put DEF or diesel in my truck. They said some dealerships do that for you. And I was like, no, I don't see any reason why they would. I didn't ask them to. They didn't tell me they did. So, yeah, I don't know how DEF got into the system. I honestly don't know if DEF even was in the system because they, like I said, they can't show me anything. But like I said, I don't see why they would be trying to, you know, fix up. I mean, I don't see why they would lie about it, but at the same time, it's just too much. The first is a fuel pump, then it's water in the fuel, now then it's DEF in my gas tank, and I'm just like, I just having a hard time believing all this, cause So anywho, I'm like, okay, so they had to order me a whole new gas tank and new fuel lines and 2 other parts that will be on back order as well. So I had to wait on those to come in. So yeah, y'all, June 16th, my truck wasn't ready to June 16th. And I had to call them every darn hour just make sure it's ready on the 16th. Because they was taking their time. But y'all, I'm happy to have it back. I'm happy to be back. I can't even talk out. It really frustrated the world out of me, y'all. Y'all just don't know. But I'm happy to be back at work. And honestly, if anybody has any information that could help me, because I'm new to this, I'm new to hot shotting. I definitely don't know nothing about a diesel, but I know when something's wrong. And when that light came on my truck, y'all, I took it to the dealership. So I did my part. And I really feel like even Pine Belt told me that if Meridian would have put my truck in the shop when I took it in December when that DEF light came on, I would not have to replace my whole fuel system because they could have, I don't know the word, but they could have I don't want to say patched me up, but they could have fixed the problem before it got to be a bigger problem, you know. So, you know, then they gave me paperwork on that, y'all, but I was informed by a lawyer that it's really not nothing I want to pursue as far as with the dealership because there's so many clauses and everything that it could be drawn out for so long, and I could put so much money into it that I probably wouldn't even get back. So I'm gonna leave it alone. But Meridian really don't have to worry about getting any more business out of me, because I took my truck to the shop. When that DEF light came on, they didn't do nothing about it. They just patched me up, sent me on my way. I came back 2 more times to get service, you know, regular services. That light was still on. They never put it in the shop. And that whole time, those 2 months I rode from December to February, it was just getting worse and worse. I didn't know, you know. But like I said, Pine Belt told me if they would have, you know, put my truck in the shop then, drop my tank or whatever they had to do, I would not have to replace my fuel system. So I ended up paying about $12,000. They ended up helping me out a little bit, but y'all know most of that money just labor. Like, labor is so freaking high. Then they overcharge for parts. Like, whew, y'all just don't know. But like I said, I'm really making this video because if anybody out there hot shotting, know somebody hot shotting with a diesel, like I said, I got Dodge Ram 3500 2020. If anybody you know or has any information or anything to help me figure out what I could do, or, you know, I don't know, any type of information dealing with anything I just talked about, please get in contact with me. You can hit me up on Messenger on Facebook, or you can hit me up by email. Jalisa_Pearson@yahoo.com is my email. And on Messenger, of course, Jalisa Pearson, my name on Facebook. But I just don't believe that there's nothing I can do about that. They had my truck over 4 months between those two dealerships. 4 months. And I took my truck to the shop for a light that they never bothered to get it to go off. Like, they just told me, well, we changed the filters. This is what my reading told me. They said, well, we changed the filters and everything, so it's fine as long as it's running fine. They told me to put some gas treatment in it. So I did. I mean, I didn't know no better at the time. And I just kept on riding, you know. Excuse me. So, I mean, they really, they made me with wages. Because I could have made so much money between then. And I had to put, I'm out of $12,000, you know. I mean, thank God for my support system, but hey, I gotta come up. That's a lot of money, y'all. Especially when I'm not working. You know, that's a lot of money. But I just feel like it's something that could be done. I just don't know what to do, you know. So if anybody that has any information who have been through this problem before with this dealership, Meridian or Hattiesburg, please get in contact with me. Please get in contact with me, because I would love to talk about it, and I would love to see, is this a pattern, or is it just negligence, or what? Because I'm just having a hard time believing that this is right, or I've been done right. Like I said, Dodge didn't even give me a rental truck. I mean, I understand that the warranty didn't cover anything, but y'all had my truck for this long. For something that, you know, it don't take 4 months to fix anything. Y'all could at least give me a rental. They didn't give me a rental or anything. I still had to pay my truck note the whole time. Like, it's just pitiful. And I know where I got the gas at, so maybe one of y'all can help me out with that too. Like I said, in December, my death light came on. But they came on right when I got some diesel from, it's called Hope Hull, Alabama. It's a pilot in Hope Hull, Alabama. I got gas on that Friday. I was coming in from working that week, and I was headed home. I stopped in Hope Hull, Alabama. Never heard of it, but hey, I seen they had a pilot, so I pulled up, got me some diesel and some DEF. Y'all, when I made it home Saturday, the light came on. So that Monday, I took it to Meridian Dodge. So at this point, I wanted to Meridian, but like I said, lawyer told me that's probably not a good idea. I put in too much money that I'll get back. So now I'm debating if I should go try to sue the pilot, because I know for sure they had some funky gas, y'all. Because I even contacted the state attorney of Alabama, and you know, got some reports of the diesel around that time, and it's been plenty of complaints there at that truck stop. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a hard case to build. But like I said, if any of y'all have ever had to sue a pilot or anything like that, please contact me, because I don't know nothing about this, but I do know that I do know when something's wrong. And like I said, when that light came on, I took it to the shop. I trusted the professionals, you know, to do their job, and they did it. So, but anywho, the truck is back. Like I said, if y'all got anything that could help me as far as that information, please contact me, because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know how to go about it, but I'm sure I'm not the first one out here running trucks or running a diesel, so I know somebody out there has already been through this, so please help me out. But regardless, I'm happy to be back running, and I'm just gonna have to go hard for the next couple months, and pray the truck hold up. But if it don't, it's going right back to Pine Belt, and they're gonna fix it. But it is what it is. But feel free to contact me if y'all have anything pertaining to those issues. I'm just happy to be back on the road. I guess I'll see y'all on the next video, because I just get so angry talking about that, y'all just don't know. But I'll see y'all on the next video, because I'm gonna make a whole nother video on the loads I run for this week. And right now it's Sunday as I'm recording. But I will tell y'all, I'm headed to New York. I'm about 2 hours away. And so I'll see y'all at the end of the week with another video on all the loads I run this week. So y'all be easy, stay safe. Don't give up on your dreams, y'all, because I could have easily gave up, got another job. I mean, 4 months, who y'all know we're not gonna work for 4 months? I mean, people that work, not, you know, I ain't talking about y'all that don't want to work. So it's been rough, y'all. It's been real rough, but I'm back. I'm happy to be back. Grateful to be back. And I know it'll all work out, because God got me as usual. So y'all be safe, y'all be easy, and tune into the next video. And don't forget to hit me up if you got any information on any of the issues I just talked about. So all right, see y'all on the next one.